Just one thing I'm like kind of wondering. How like Alistar into Thresh, it's pretty bad for Alistar, no?
Yeah, until a certain point.
What is that certain point then?
6 or 3, but mainly 6.
Mm.
Think about how Thresh works, right? You need to one shot, or you get one shot, basically. When you throw all your abilities and they don't die and they can keep walking at you, right? That is a little bit of a problem in a 3v3.
Yep.
But obviously, level 1 to 2, he gets complete reign over him. Once it's 3, he has to sort of start to respect because it's not that easy. It's not that simple to time Alistair W, right? If he's constantly in range. Damn, 2v2 dive.
I think this is the first like thing I thought was like the play. Because Alistar just gets picked mid here. Or yeah, maybe this headless chicken run around top was bad as well. But
Well, there's two things about this situation. First is, well, actually, they're both the same thing, but basically, when you make the choice to stay here and you use the supports move, right? See how supports moving, Thresh is in bot.
mm,
You should overcompensate. So what I mean by overcompensate is use do more than just do what normally more than what you normally would, right? Because you have an extra member with you right now for like 20 seconds. So like a good example would be like still look for this guy. I don't know if you get completely shut on 1v1, but if you don't, you should trade evenly with this guy. Like look to tunnel over and then tunnel back, right? And then out, and then you could start grubs. Like do something before grubs, and then once Alistair needs to recall, then you can play safe, right? But now you're just like going back in your jungle while Alistair's like ganking mid, right?
mhm.
This was a big window
Yeah,
where as soon as you see Thrashers here and Alistair's randomly coming to you, you need to make use of his time.
yep, that makes sense.
Or if you don't want to do anything because you see absolutely no opportunities, right? You should be backpinging this game because it's 2v3 every time. And actually, Lee Sin probably actually thinks you're on grubs, so he was actually in the area mistakenly, but a good jungler can also see that is either recalling or he's there, right? So he could take a flip and hover, right?
Yeah,
This is a good response by you,
yeah,
but
but
you're
it
counted.
does not work out. Like we're
you're,
four
you're
man
just
diving this
counted.
one guy. Yeah,
Well, the 4 auto attack champs that need auto attack, including Alistair to stun. That's crazy. Oh,
yeah. So we
you probably should have put
like
that
I
in
don't
your
know how to re
calculations.
yeah. But then
Nah,
it's like, what other play do I have?
I mean, I'm joking. I think you should have went earlier and then forced him to W straight away. Like E, they don't wait for Alistair. As soon as you can E over with the turret, like execution wise, right? I think I agree. This is the only play you're gonna make. But since you have 4 auto attackers, if possible, like come from the front as well. Don't be scared because TF's literally behind, right? Like you don't need to not show. Like just be faster here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I would start showing now because you know the turret's gonna, you know the wave's gonna crash. Like literally now, and just start tunneling in. And obviously you don't tank, but you see how you weren't in position to like chain CC.
Yeah.
I know it might not make the difference if Nyla like plays really well, but you made it easy for her, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I would still go for
Yeah.
that play 10 out of 10 times. It's just crazy that two of your champions need to auto attack for their abilities to work, you know? I don't know, that's like a 1 in 1,000 situation where he can sort of outplay you 1v4. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And you did back ping, but I think wow, that situation actually worked, but he could have been slightly more cautious here after they failed their roam. Like they come back again, they fail the roam, and then they like see Elisa and they're like, oh yeah, free kill. But yeah, it's just Twitch is just face checking the thresh. There's a psychotic situation where it works out when it sort of really should. That was a nice E. Good animation cancel. What happened? Let's see.
Nah, like
Default spot. He fails the combo.
yeah, Alistar just flashes over the wall for like nothing. I don't know. I kind of just lost it here.
I mean, the start of the problem was this. Well, the start of the bigger problem was for sure the fight before. Even though you guys won the fight, like you guys took a 3v4 and then accidentally cleaned up. I think that was probably biggest problem. I do think you should have based, but I feel like it just comes down to being aware that they're still turning around to try to fight when you literally know it's a 3v4.
Yeah, because it's like even at this point, I feel like the game is fine, right?
Yeah, so here I'm being critical as well. We should not be playing around Dragon. So I don't know why Akali needs to base, but you should be opening on Akali's lane. Who cares about Dragon? Make sure this goes all the way
Yep.
out so Akali can move, right? We've sort of
Hmm.
touched on this concept before, but let's say fine. Let's say Akali needs to base for an item. She refuses to listen to you, doesn't want to push all the way out. That's fine. Now, Akali needs to catch this wave and push all the way out because look what's Ari doing, right? Look how she's ignoring Dragon. She's doing the smart thing while you guys are doing the completely wrong thing. Now you feel pressure to start. Look, they have two pushing lanes while you're just sitting at Dragon. If they don't
Mm.
fight this, look what happens. Nothing happens because they're bad. But this Ari should keep ordering the turret, and they should sit in your topside jungle now.
Yep.
And someone should die for it. Luckily, no one dies. That was complete RNG. This TF managed to live somehow. You see, now you guys are on the back foot for what? A dragon. You know, like your TF could have died, and then you guys gonna keep dying one by one, right? Face checking the jungle. Yeah, like I'll way rather be team purple red side team than your team, right? Like they chose to do exactly what I wanted you to do, which is who cares about the dragon? Just push all the way out and have move in their jungle, right?
Mm.
Yeah, you guys are just like TF should have died. Alistair burns ult. They should reset way before and then get wards in your jungle again, right? If they're good, but obviously they're not. They don't abuse. They didn't abuse it as hard as they could.
Yeah. Also, if you go back to 21, right after I base,
21. Yeah.
21 minutes. Yeah. I think I think I should have opened bot side, right?
Do they?
Or
Yeah. Well, the
is it?
question is, do they do Baron fast? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
They do. They
Like
don't do Baron fast. Yeah, you should.
yeah, because Akali is like the only strong member of my team, and like when he gets
Oh, this is
pressure, like
horrible. I hate starting
yeah,
Baron just because they're ganking bot.
yeah, and he
Uh,
dies, gives 1k, and we like can't even do this. And I feel like this was like the biggest mistake I made, but
well, are you thinking about this?
I don't
Like,
know.
what are you thinking in these mid games?
Like when I played it right here,
Yeah, because this is the same concept, right? Like, yeah, you should have opened with Akali, but now that Baron's up, you obviously have to think about can they rush Baron fast enough? Like, are you thinking about these things? Because the dragon was the same situation, right? Where you should have pushed out with Akali.
yeah, like I think I just realized my mistakes like right after they have like it happens, but yeah, I don't really think about it like
You have to
before.
see the value of sideways, right? Like, look what Ari
Yeah,
did just by giving dragon. Look what they were able to accomplish. You guys are all like, oh, dragon, dragon, dragon. Derp derp. And then he's pushing two waves in. And look at the state of the map.
yeah, it's horrible.
Alright, so TF actually solo bowlers this guy. Or you guys gank bot. Now they start. They do Baron, I guess, relatively fast. No, they don't actually. They get off it. Yeah, so this would have been really like imagine this situation where you gank bot or like you just protect the Kali and then they start Baron because you show or randomly. This would be happen like 4 minutes earlier, right?
Mm.
Because everyone's react. Someone is gonna spam rage spam dragon or Baron because your bot side, right?
Yep.
Just like it's basically they're doing the macro that basically I wanted you to do. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You guys went all to Baron because you saw a 4-man bot, but then you couldn't even finish it, and then they get tempo because you're hitting Baron, and you just have to you get pushed off, right?
Yep.
Here I would say this is just down to experience. You needed to ping 4 people to come here, like back ping TF, like assist ping TF to come here, and a Kali to like flank. You can't look at the formation. 3-2, like what is this?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
the next little note about this situation is you need to abuse terrain more, right? You're a melee champ, right?
Yep.
You can use the terrain right here to close the gap better. You see the
Mhm.
sign over here? Like this is a
Yep.
really good angle where you see how you can close the gap but not be able to get hit.
Mm.
Like you being here would have been much nicer than you being like hiding behind your teammates because you don't want to take free damage and you can't go in at the same time. You're here and TF's here. This is like really bad. Obviously TF shouldn't be here, but you would be playing safe anyway, right? Even if TF wasn't here.
Yep.
Whereas if you're here, you can move up much closer, obviously, right? Oh man, does this and then Twitch just recalls. That's disgusting. I think that's the main takeaway from this world review, at least for your mid games. You need to start seeing the value of side lanes, Alvin, or like side lane
Yep.
push. You can see the effect here. Well, the opposite team did it for me, right? Good examples.
Yep.